The Forewarned Storm Team. Looking out for you. You're watching Oklahoma's News 4 Sunday edition.
A shooting leaves 1 dead and 2 hurt. What police are now saying about the investigation. Plus, a warning about porch thieves, the new steps police are taking to catch the alleged suspects. And more COVID-19 testing in the metro, the location where the tests will be offered this week. Good Sunday morning. Thanks for being here. I'm Jessica Bruno. We've got John Slater in the studio this week because you were out in the snow last Sunday, and man, this Sunday is a lot more calm weather-wise.
Yeah, no doubt about that, but I actually enjoyed playing in the snow a little bit last weekend, but the snow is gone, and we've got some pretty nice weather for your Sunday. Great for shopping or traveling locally around the area. We have mainly clear skies here in central Oklahoma right now. As you can see on our satellite loop here, it's pretty much clear. There are some clouds up to the north. There's a little disturbance dropping south and eastward out of central Kansas. And we're actually seeing a little bit of very light precipitation on radar here, but 99.99% of this is evaporating before reaching the ground. You can see it's falling apart, so I'm not expecting any of that really to reach the ground up there in north central Oklahoma. A few passing clouds, that's about it. Temperature-wise, well, many of us below freezing again, 20s and 30s, clear skies and light winds, 20s and 30s across the state. Look at McAllister. Hard freeze there, 26 degrees, 29 in Ponca City, but it's above freezing in Enid and Alva and Woodward. Check out Clinton Weatherford right now, 37, but Lawton Fort Sill at 27 and well below freezing down there in Ardmore at 27 degrees. The winds are light out of the west-northwest. Still, though, it makes it feel a little bit colder. It feels like temperatures right now, for the most part, in the 20s. So bundle up early on your Sunday morning, but it's going to be a nice Sunday afternoon. Lots of sunshine, a cool afternoon. A light northwesterly breeze will top out around 56 degrees. I'm checking out that long-range forecast right on through Christmas, heading towards ringing in the new year, Jessica. That's coming up.
All right, John, thank you. We're following some breaking news this morning. Fire crews battled an early morning duplex fire near 50th and Meridian. Neighbors we spoke with on scene were concerned about the fire possibly spreading. Luckily, it was contained to one duplex and no one was injured in the blaze. The resident told fire crews she was using her stove for heat. But the cause of the fire, the official cause, is still under investigation. And one person is dead and another is in critical condition after a shooting near Northwest 98th and North Mustang Road. That's near Yukon. News 4's Angela Shen was on scene and has more details.
Oklahoma City Police responding to a shots fired call around 6 Saturday night.
When they arrived on scene, they discovered numerous subjects had been shot at this residence here.
Police say there was a small group of people inside a house and 2 were shot by the suspect. It is not clear what their relation is or whose house it is. One victim died at the hospital and the other is in critical condition. The suspect was also shot, but investigators aren't sure at this point if the injury was self-inflicted. He is in custody being treated at a hospital.
We're not completely clear if he did shoot himself or if he had been shot by somebody else.
Police are still trying to determine the motive behind the shooting.
I'm not sure exactly if there was an argument that ensued or what the case was at this time.
That was News 4's Angela Shen reporting. Neither the suspect or the victims have been identified in this case, and everything right now is still under investigation, so we'll keep you posted on that. And following more breaking news this morning, one man taken to the hospital after a shooting in the southeast side of the metro. It happened shortly before 7 last night near 29th and Bryant. Officers say the man was shot at an apartment complex before driving to a nearby gas station. Someone at the gas station near MLK and Reno then called for help. He was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. And 2 people are recovering from smoke inhalation after a house fire on the city's southeast side. This happened around 11:30 yesterday morning near 44th and Eastern. Firefighters say they believe a space heater in the garage is to blame for the fire. The blaze not only caused damage to the garage, but the attic as well. 2 people were in the home at the time. They were treated for smoke inhalation by paramedics on scene. And firefighters were called out to battle a blaze at a commercial building containing a marijuana grow operation. It happened around 3 yesterday morning near Southeast 34th and Sunny Lane. Moore and Oklahoma City firefighters both responding. Firefighters say the building was a total loss. The estimated damage, including the contents of the building, is at about $280,000. Firefighters say the business was a legal commercial grow operation. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. And the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office is stepping up patrols against porch pirates. It's that time of year. They say during the holiday season, 6 to 10 deputies drive around looking for suspicious activity, mostly in unincorporated areas in Oklahoma County. Some tips for avoiding porch pirates include installing a video doorbell or security camera like that one there, scheduling a specific delivery time, I do that a lot, and having a neighbor pick up the package.
Are actively out and about patrolling. If they do see a delivery truck, they may take that opportunity to follow it and make sure that everything's safe and secure.
Officials with the sheriff's office say as of last week, there haven't been any arrests. That may be because people are at home right now and are able to be more vigilant, especially in those unincorporated areas. And switching gears, coronavirus cases in our state increasing by more than 4,000 yesterday. 28 more Oklahomans have now died from the virus. That brings the death toll up to 2,189. And as of Friday, more than 1,700 people are hospitalized. We have a complete list of the latest COVID-19 numbers at KFOR.com. Wheeler Labs will be offering drive-through COVID-19 testing to prepare for the holidays. The drive-through testing will be held on December 21st through the 23rd, and then again on December 28th through the 30th from 9 a.m. to noon. It will be held at the OSU OKC parking lot that's near Northwest 10th in Portland. The saliva-based tests are $125 with no appointment necessary, and most results will be available the same day the sample is submitted. Well, while officials are working to distribute the COVID-19 vaccine, scammers are hoping to make a profit selling fake vaccines. It's pretty alarming. Coming up, some helpful tips so you don't fall victim to these scams.
And we're starting out with a pretty nice Sunday morning. When is the next big front coming towards Oklahoma? Find out. My 7A plus 4 more on the way.
You're watching Oklahoma's News 4 Morning Edition with Jessica Bruno and John Slater. Oklahoma's News 4, looking out for you. Get your forewarned in the morning. Weekdays starting at 4 a.m. on News 4.
In your consumer news this morning, holiday shopping, the COVID-19 vaccine, and the weather are all reasons why delivery companies are warning people of shipping delays this holiday season. For those who need to ship something out in time for Christmas, the U.S. Postal Service does have options. Yesterday was the last day to send packages, though, through priority mail. And December 23rd is the last chance to use the priority mail express service. However, these options are costly. Shipping analysts say customers could spend as much as $40 to $50 for shipping. Wow.
There's last minute things I would usually just go on Amazon real quick and order it, but I know now I can't do that.
We did a sample. You could look at paying $20 for a $50 item.
We're offering hours where you can come in early beforehand. We'll stay later. We'll deliver packages for you.
Local shops are also ready to help. Some stores are adjusting their hours to give customers more time to shop and get those last-minute gifts. In your health check this morning, the effort to distribute the COVID-19 vaccine will also allow some to try and take advantage. Officials are already ramping up efforts to prevent the sale of fake vaccines. Kate Chappelle has more on what you can expect from robocall scammers.
If you want to receive a free testing kit delivered overnight to your home, press 1.
If you get this call or one like it, hang up. Scammers are taking advantage of coronavirus fears.
These robocalls are getting so bad, and the government imposters, we're advising consumers not to answer their phones.
As the first FDA-approved coronavirus vaccine rolls out across the U.S., the Better Business Bureau has issued a warning.
We want consumers to be forewarned, become educated.
Already there are reports of scam calls offering a chance to receive an early dose of the Pfizer vaccine for $80, and officials are cracking down. The FDA sending out warning letters like this one to firms selling fraudulent products with claims to prevent, treat, or even cure coronavirus, writing, "The FDA has observed that you've offered this COVID-19 vaccine product for sale. Based on our review, this product is unapproved, and failure to immediately correct the violations may result in legal action."
It's probably the worst types of scams that I've seen. These scammers are heartless and relentless.
There are red flags and ways to spot a likely con. Do your research. Don't respond to unsolicited emails or calls about the vaccine, especially those calling for immediate action. Ask your doctor about your eligibility, and don't buy any vaccines or treatments online.
There is no ability to get to the front of the line, particularly given when we have a highly limited resource that we want to prioritize for our healthcare heroes.
And the FDA is publishing its list of websites and firms that have received warning letters for fraudulent products.
Now, forewarned weather with John Slater.
All righty, on this Sunday morning, looking good. A little chilly outside, but all in all, I think by this afternoon, you're going to like the weather outside. Right now, it's mainly clear here in central Oklahoma. Light winds out of the west and cold temperatures. We've officially already dropped below freezing. Now we're kind of just popping up above freezing. So temperatures are kind of variable with the clear skies, the light winds, and the dry air. So some areas are below freezing, other areas just a tad above freezing. You need that coat. Anyway, you look at it this morning. So again, we got mainly 30s here in central Oklahoma, some upper 20s. So let's call it upper 20s, low to mid 30s here in central Oklahoma. Same kind of thing across the state, mainly 20s and 30s with clear skies, light winds, and dry air. Once again, temperatures kind of all over the place. Got upper 20s around Lawton and down around Ardmore. Look at McAllister, 26. Upper 20s around Ponca City, but it's above freezing up here in northwestern Oklahoma, Enid and Alva and Woodward Gage, Freedom area, Clinton, Weatherford area, 37, but below freezing in Lawton, Fort Sill, 27. So you get the idea. It's cold out there. Winds are light out of the west, and that makes it feel even a little bit colder. So it feels like temperatures right now early on your Sunday morning are mainly in the 20s, okay? So that's why I'm saying you need that coat. Early, it'll start warming up, though, by later on this morning and this afternoon. Feels like temperatures right now mainly in the 20s outside. Basically, mostly clear skies. There are some clouds to our north. A little upper air disturbance dropping down through Kansas is actually producing a little bit of very light precipitation, but this is just not reaching the ground. The air is very dry. The lower levels of the atmosphere just kind of evaporate, so we see it on radar, but really nothing to be concerned about. A couple clouds towards Ponca City here in the next couple hours. That's about it. On the big view, no major storm systems really showing up. Our next big cold front is with a disturbance way off the Pacific Northwest coast. I mean, we're looking way out here in the Pacific, very strong jet stream. That's our system for Wednesday. So we'll track it. Future track on the big view here as we approach the holidays. If you have any travel plans, check this map out. Here's today. No problem out there whatsoever. Let's go through Monday. If you're traveling, looks really good. Tuesday, look at that. No problems at all. And then here comes that system on Wednesday. It's a strong cold front, not much moisture with it. Best chance for a few showers over in eastern Oklahoma, and it could squeeze out a little bit of light snow in the panhandles in northwestern Oklahoma as it rapidly moves through late Wednesday night. And by Thursday, it's gone. Not a big system. It will turn windy and colder behind that system. This is Christmas Eve day. Clears out. It's windy and pretty cold. And then on Christmas afternoon, we'll start warming up. Lots of sunshine. This is Christmas Day. Cold in the morning. Should be 40s and 50s in the afternoon with dry weather conditions on Christmas Day. So for today, a lot of sunshine in the forecast, a cold start, cool afternoon. I think we'll reach about 56 degrees here in the metro. Winds out of the northwest about 5 to 15 miles per hour. A little gusty, but overall pretty good. I hate it when my tie gets crooked like that. Which way? Like that? Maybe. All right, that was bugging me, sorry. 32 degrees for an overnight low tonight, mostly clear skies, a cold night, a light northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, and then we're going to warm up. First day of winter tomorrow, low 60s, lots of sunshine. Mid to upper 60s on Tuesday. 60s early Wednesday. That front comes in late Wednesday, so northerly winds and temperatures fall late Wednesday night. Only a low chance of any precipitation with that front. Wednesday, 28 by Thursday morning, mostly sunny, 41. That's Christmas Eve day. Then a cold, frosty start Christmas morning, 52 and sunny. Santa is waving, lots of sunshine there. And then another front coming in later that next week. Could be a little stormy as we take it towards ringing in the new year. That's my first look at today's weather. Jessica?
Hey, speaking of ties, we kind of match there.
A little bit,
Notice that? Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
All right, coming up in sports, the Sooners clinched their 6th straight Big 12 championship yesterday, but could their defensive coordinator be on his way out of Norman? That's next in Sunrise Sports.
Now, Sunrise Sports.
Happy Sunday to you. The Big 12 Championship Sooners taking on Iowa State. OU looking for 6 in a row, first quarter. Well, this is why they've had 5 straight. Look at this wrinkle. Chandler Morris in the game. 2-yard touchdown run. Oklahoma on top 7-0. In the second quarter, Sooners adding to that lead. Spencer Rattler, 45 yards on a dime to Marvin Mims, the freshman phenom. Rattler passed for 272. Mims caught 7 balls for 101 yards, 14-0 Sooners. Now 17-0. Iowa State in the red zone. Brock Purdy picked off by Trey Norwood. The Oklahoma defense was stifling. But 2 minutes to go, Iowa State would respond. Purdy, 10-yard touchdown to Norman North's Charlie Kolar. Kolar caught 6 passes for 92 yards, but OU, right after that, ran the 2-minute drill to perfection. Spencer Rattler was the most valuable player in this game. 9-yard touchdown run. Oklahoma up 24-7 at the half. But 5 to play. Sooners up by 10. Breece Hall, the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year, 3-yard touchdown. OU was up by 3. They held them to just 79 yards, but OU would give it back. And the last chance for Iowa State, Purdy rolling out, trying to buy some time. Trey Brown, number 6, seals number 6 for the Sooners, picks off Brock Purdy. That's his 3rd interception of the game as Oklahoma wins their 6th straight and 50th conference championship with a 27-21 win.
I told them, a place like OU, man, there's nowhere to hide. It's not like, well, if we just go off and don't, and have a bad season that people aren't going to pay attention. They always pay attention to OU. I mean, this is such a national powerhouse. I think everybody in our locker room believed that this was possible, and at that point, and what a tremendous run it's been.
Words can't really describe it right now. I mean, just where we started and where we're at now is just night and day. And who would have known we'd be here, winning this for 6 times in a row. It's an amazing feeling. We're blessed and we're happy to be here. I was just praying. I was praying to her. I was like, Joe, you always come through for me. You're there when I need it. You're there for me when I need it, and I'm always in those situations. So if I get put in a situation again, I hope to make a play, and I made that play, and it was just surreal.
We'll find out where Oklahoma goes bowling today. Play defense like OU has, you get head coaching opportunities. 24/7 Sports reports that OU defensive coordinator Alex Grinch is expected to interview for the head coaching gig at Arizona. The Wildcats have an affinity for OU coaches, formerly hiring Mike Stoops and Kevin Sumlin. Ohio State and Northwestern, the Big Ten title game. Trey Sermon, the former Sooner, absolutely exploded in this game. Second quarter, he breaks off a 65-yard run. He had a career day, had 29 carries. Ready for this? 331 yards rushing. That breaks the single-game rushing record, actually smashes it. He passed Ezekiel Elliott and Eddie George for the best single rushing game in the history of Ohio State football. He also added 2 touchdowns. He was the Big Ten title game MVP and helps Ohio State likely to the college football playoff with a 22-10 win. Class A state championship, Cashin and Thomas, a rematch of a meeting earlier this season. That's OSU commit Aiden Kelly. He's real good. Cashin up 6-0 in the second. Cashin's Ben Harmon. Done this all year. 48-yard strike to Brexton Green. Those two got it going early. 14-0 in favor of the Wildcats. Same score. Thomas's Jackson Ward, though, caps off a long drive, calling his own number for the touchdown right there. Still 14-7 in the third, though, when Harmon does it on his own on 4th and 1. Cashin goes on to win 34-7. They win the state championship, their first 11-man state title. Metro Christian taking on Washington, 2A state championship game. We picked this up 14-3 in the second. Metro Christian on top. Washington's Chase Allison gets the 2-yard touchdown that cut the Patriots' lead to 4, but under 30 seconds to go in the half. Check out Kirk Francis's throw and Junior Simpson's catch. 38-yard touchdown. Metro Christian goes on to win 48-37. They win their second straight state title. OU taking on Houston Baptist, last non-conference game of the season for the Sooners. We picked this up in the first half. Look, Ma, one hand. Kirk Queth with the slam there. Hope you like dunks because that's exactly what the rest of this highlight is. OU led by just 3 at the half. Then Victor Iwuakor, who actually had COVID, is still coming back from it. Well, looks like he's in midseason form. That dunk sparked a 12-2 run for Oklahoma. He had 12 points, all of it coming in the second half. This is the kind of stuff you scream in the gym whenever you're dunking on a low goal by yourself. Sooners going to win 84-65. Iroquois, fantastic yesterday. Meanwhile, Oklahoma State is in Austin, ready to take on Texas this afternoon. Every opportunity to win in the Big 12 is precious, and for the Cowboys, they gave up a 9-0 run to TCU to drop their first game of the season last week. And Mike Boynton says it's a tough lesson for his young team to learn in defeat.
What we got to understand is this league is unforgiving. And no one goes away on their own. You have to put them away. And we didn't. We left the door open, and they took advantage. And so here we are with an opportunity to get back together, practice for a few days. The energy, the attitudes have been good. And I think the kids are excited, understanding a little bit better of the sense of urgency that you have to play with for 44 minutes.
We'll see if they can take down Texas today. Have a great Sunday. Dylan Buckingham, News 4 Sports.
All right, Dylan, thank you. I love this story. Santas on motorcycles revved up some holiday spirit in the streets of Bulgaria's capital. A group of bikers dressed in Santa suits rode in, a sign of hope in a country working to contain coronavirus infections that have strained its poorly funded healthcare system. One participant said the idea started with donating money, clothes, and food to an orphanage. In order to maintain social distancing measures this year, the event was limited to a ride-through only. Love it. Still to come on Oklahoma's News 4, now that COVID-19 vaccinations are underway in Oklahoma, when can those at a higher risk for the virus expect to get their vaccinations? Plus, a real-life Grinch in Texas, who the gifts were for and how residents in San Antonio are helping replace those gifts. Those stories and more when we return. A live look outside from our Bank First cam on this Sunday morning. John, it's a nice, beautiful, clear morning. A lot different than last Sunday.
Yeah, all that snow.
Yeah.
Back-to-back winter storms across the southern plains of Oklahoma. Record-breaking snowfall. Now we're looking at a lot of sunshine, a cold start out there, but things will warm up a little bit this afternoon. Right now, mostly clear skies, a light west breeze. It's cold. Temperatures mainly 20s and 30s. Few clouds up to the north. Over to the east, little upper air disturbance coming down through Kansas. Nothing to really worry about at all. A little bit of very light precipitation showing up on radar, but this is just not reaching the ground. Nothing significant. A couple clouds here towards Ponca City the next couple hours. Otherwise, we're in pretty good shape right now. It's kind of cold. 20s and 30s, 27 currently around Chickasha, 36 in O'Hara, 32 Guthrie, 32 Kingfisher, 36 Bridgeport. Off to the east here, Chandler, 27, right at freezing now, Shawnee. So you get the idea. Some areas are below freezing. Other areas are above freezing with clear skies, light winds, dry air. That's the deal. So same kind of thing across the state. 20s, 30s across the state right now. Ponca City, 29. McAllister, 26. 27, Lawton, Fort Sill, right at freezing in Woodward. Other areas, though, are just a little bit above freezing. Winds are light out of the west, but still it makes it feel colder. Current feels like temperatures mainly in the 20s, central and western sections of the state. But it's going to warm up this afternoon. Mostly sunny skies, a cool afternoon, a northwest breeze will top out around 56 degrees. I am tracking our next big cold front. When does it get here? Details on the way.
All right, John, thank you. Taking a look at our top stories this morning, we're following some breaking news. Fire crews battled an early morning duplex fire near 50th and Meridian. Neighbors were concerned about the fire possibly spreading, but luckily it was just contained to one duplex. And also, thankfully, no one was injured in the fire. The resident told fire crews she was using her stove for heat, but the official cause of the fire is still under investigation. And police are investigating after a shooting left one dead and one in critical condition. It happened around 6:30 last night near Northwest 98th and North Mustang Road near Yukon. Police tell News 4 there was a small group of people inside a home in that area, and two were shot by the suspect. Now, right now, it's not clear what their relation is or whose home it is. One victim died at the hospital and the other is in critical condition. The suspect was also shot, but investigators aren't sure at this point if the injury was self-inflicted. He is in custody being treated at a hospital.
We're not completely clear if he did shoot himself or if he had been shot by somebody else.
And police are still trying to determine the motive behind the shooting. And switching gears, coronavirus cases in our state increasing by more than 4,000 yesterday. 28 more Oklahomans have now died from the virus. That brings the death toll up to 2,189. And as of Friday, more than 1,700 people were recovering in the hospital. We have a complete list of the latest COVID-19 numbers over at KFOR.com. Well, as more and more people get the vaccine for COVID-19, there are questions about when certain groups of at-risk people can get their shots. We wanted to know what's in store for those who are over 65 who aren't living in nursing homes. Here's what News 4's Brent Skarkey found out.
I've pretty much stayed at home. I don't eat out, and I have avoided crowds and stuff. And I always wear if I do go out, I always wear a mask and gloves.
Cleve Warren talking to News 4 from his home in northwest Oklahoma City. Warren, like many Oklahomans in his age group, he's battling health issues. The 72-year-old has heart problems, which means since March, he's been playing it safe.
With my pre-existing conditions, along with my wife's too, it's just best that we, isolate ourselves.
Warren facing a grim reality as the COVID-19 pandemic drags on.
I've stayed home. It's too dangerous. I've lost 3 friends to the virus.
But he believes help is on the way.
The vaccine is our best hope, of course. I'm absolutely excited to get it.
Although the question remains, when will Warren and others over the age of 65 be able to get vaccinated?
We want to get to this group as soon as possible. We know the data. We know that it shows that this is a high-risk group. We absolutely want to get them taken care of as soon as possible.
Fortunately, Keith Reed with the Oklahoma State Department of Health says everyone over 65 will be part of Phase 2. That could start in late January. Health officials say public messaging will go out before the process begins, explaining to seniors exactly how to get signed up. They will likely get registered through their primary care physician or county health department. But as to where they will actually get the shots?
The vaccine supply will make a big impact on how many access points we have around the state.
Reed says the state will rely on pandemic providers. Those include physicians, pharmacies, or any health system that can facilitate the process. So far, 250 sites have been approved, and hundreds more are currently being processed.
If we have good supply, we anticipate that we're going to have large-scale vaccine clinics through our county health departments. But again, we're also going to make use of every possible venue we can find to get vaccine to the public.
The vaccine, part of a federal program. It won't cost a thing. And it's a sign of hope for many who continue to wait patiently at home for an end to the pandemic.
I'm ready for this stuff to end so we can get back to life that was going on before the plague hit.
That was News 4's Brent Skarkey reporting. Reed recommends seniors stay in contact with their physician and continue to be cautious, wear a mask, wash your hands, and of course, social distance. Well, it's been over a week since officers shot and killed Benny Edwards in Oklahoma City, a 60-year-old black homeless man with severe mental illness, known for selling flowers in the area of Hefner and Penn. And this morning, we're re-examining the Oklahoma City Police Department's mental health training, specifically in comparison with another metro department. You'll remember News 4 reported the 2 Oklahoma City police officers accused of pulling the trigger in Edwards' case were not certified in crisis intervention training, or CIT, a program that helps officers de-escalate without the use of deadly force. In fact, as we also reported, of the 628 Oklahoma City patrol officers, just 158 do have the voluntary training. Chief Wade Gorley had this to say on the matter after our report.
Every police officer on the Oklahoma City Police Department receives mental health training, and we receive it every year as a requirement by CLEAT. I don't want the impression to be to the public that just because someone is not a specially trained CIT officer, that they're not prepared to deal with a mental health crisis or they have had no training.
Now we're looking at how that stacks up, how Oklahoma City stacks up against Norman, a city with far less officer-involved shootings. News 4's Brittany Spears did some digging and has those answers for us this morning.
We can't bring Benny back, but we can change how the Bennies going forward are addressed.
1 week after 60-year-old Benny Edwards was shot and killed by Oklahoma City police, Metro therapist Tasia Mendiola pleading for change.
Let's always have a crisis intervention trained police officer ready to go at all calls.
A report by News 4 showing just 158 OKC officers have crisis intervention training, or CIT, a program that's voluntary. But just down I-35, the Norman Police Department hoping to have all officers CIT certified. Deputy Police Chief Ricky Jackson says it's now a requirement in their academy.
We make it mandatory. If you make it mandatory, that means that you're going to at least be exposed to it. You understand the ins and the outs, the strategies around CIT, the benefits.
Right now in Norman, 36% of all officers have CIT training. But in Oklahoma City, that number just 25.
That needs to be a part of the generalized training because this is the community you're serving. But right now, we don't have enough trained, and it's voluntary.
Mendiola says the training is crucial in allowing officers a standardized approach to dealing with those in crisis, a benefit Jackson says his department already sees.
Through the CIT training, we're able now to go in and de-escalate, again, through the strategies that are learned through the training, CIT training, to de-escalate the situation. So it's been very helpful in our ability to provide safe remedies to those that are in crisis.
That was News 4's Brittany Spears reporting. So far this year, Norman has had 2 officer-involved shootings. Neither were deadly. Oklahoma City has had 11, with 7 of them being deadly. Now taking a look at our national headlines this morning, President-elect Joe Biden introduced nominees of his climate and energy cabinet yesterday. He spoke in Delaware, where he named New Mexico Representative Deb Haaland as nominee for Secretary of the Interior, making her the first Native American to lead the department. He then named former Michigan Governor Jennifer Granholm as nominee for Secretary of Energy and nominated North Carolina official Michael Reagan as the first African-American man to run the Environmental Protection Agency.
I never imagined that one day I would be nominated to lead an agency as its administrator. So this opportunity, well, it's a dream come true. Since the start of my career, my goals have been the same: to safeguard our natural resources, to improve the quality of our air and our water, to protect our families and our communities, and to help them seize the opportunities of a cleaner, healthier world.
2 other members of the cabinet who do not need Senate confirmation are Gina McCarthy to serve as National Climate Advisor and Ali Zaidi to serve as her deputy. Well, the CDC advisory panel gave Moderna's vaccine the green light. The independent group of experts unanimously voted in recommendation of the vaccine being used in adults ages 18 and older. The virtual meeting was held hours after the FDA authorized the vaccine for emergency use. The CDC continues to recommend those who are allergic to components in either the Moderna or Pfizer biotech vaccine should not get vaccinated without talking to their doctor. Well, switching gears now to Texas, where police in San Antonio are looking for a real-life Grinch who stole dozens of Christmas gifts set aside for kids in need. It happened Friday, just hours before the toys were going to be distributed. How terrible. Amanda Henderson has the story.
The annual Alazan toy distribution is a symbol of joy for the Alazan Apache Court's West Side community, where the median income is $9,000 and most families are run by a single parent. This morning, that joy faced a hurdle as San Antonio Housing Authority officials were left shocked.
As far as we know, somebody broke into the office last night, took about half of the toys that we had planned to distribute.
Among the things stolen were wrapped toys, 4 bikes, and a TV set.
I feel like you're one of the persons that came in here and stole these gifts, that you made a mistake, and it's up to you to correct your mistake.
Sammy Nieto has helped sponsor the drive for more than 2 decades. He says this year is the most important one yet due to COVID-19 hardships.
There's more people signing up this year than the last 25 years.
It's not all bad news, though. Just hours after the robbery, you stepped up, San Antonio, and started sending in donations.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Santa himself also brought some toys from the North Pole.
And just seeing all their faces light up one right after the other, knowing they're not going to have to share a toy or anything this Christmas, was really a fulfilling feeling.
It is the time of giving back, after all, and not letting any Grinch steal Christmas, especially in your hometown.
I was also a resident of Alazan Apache at one time. We made it down here for the kids. It's all for the kids.
All right, still ahead after the break, an Oklahoma artist who has really made a name for himself.
He has multiple artist personality disorder.
Only it's not a disorder.
I'm Galen Culver on the next Great State 6 artists, one gallery, one king of all he surveys. From red kittens to ivory keys and everywhere in between, next on Oklahoma's News 4.
And it's a pretty good looking Sunday forecast today, but where's our next big system? Is this it out here in the Pacific? Find out. I'm tracking the weather. That's coming up.
Get your forewarned in the morn. Weekdays starting at 4 a.m. on News 4. Is this a great state or what? Is sponsored by Weoki. We got you, Oklahoma.
So much to do, so little time. This time of year especially, some people may wish they could clone themselves in order to get everything done. I certainly do. Galen Culver introduces us to a well-known artist who may be onto something. Now, he didn't clone himself, full disclosure, but he did split his personalities.
To me, it's all about creating.
When Kevin Stark sits down to paint or draw something, this is something difficult to explain, but he might not be Kevin Stark at all.
Every morning I wake up and what do I want to do today? You know, what do I want to be today? And that's what I do.
To really get what we mean, you have to look at the walls of his gallery in Pauls Valley.
Look, I've created my own world, let's face it.
It's there that you'll find the toys that populate his action figure museum up the block, his series of self-portraits, his New York series, his gallery of new mythological creatures.
So this is the god of coffee. Very popular god. There's a book coming out and a set of cards.
And finally, the other artists that inhabit his brain.
I get a lot of work done because, you know, I'm the entertainment.
One wall of his combination studio performance space is dedicated to the art of red kittens. That's him.
I just developed that character and I developed his whole art style. Each artist has his own backstory.
On one side of a hallway hangs the art of Jet Black's study of thunderstorms at night.
Which of course is me too.
And one of his newest personalities is Ivory Keys. She paints wonderful watercolor birds.
One of the great things about my gallery is I have 6 different artists, but I only have to deal with one person.
His artist personalities make for a good way to have fun.
I am very serious about not taking myself serious.
Kevin Stark is one of the lucky few who can decide what to do and who to be on any given day.
In this world, I'm king.
The results are a rainbow of colors and styles, all his own. In Pauls Valley, Galen Culver, News 4. Is this a great state or what?
And Kevin's toy and action figure museum has been closed since March, so he's had lots of time to devote to making new art. His gallery is only a block away, but these days it's closed except for appointments. But his art is still available for sale, and you can check it out at KFOR.com.
Now, forewarned weather with John Slater.
And it's the countdown to Christmas. Good Sunday morning, everyone. Let's take a look outside. We have clear skies. The sun has not risen yet. It's kind of cold out there. Temperatures 20s and 30s, light winds. Right now at KFOR, we're 36. We've already been below freezing. We kind of popped up above freezing the last hour or so. A light west breeze making it feel colder. Humidity about 82%. Temperatures here in central Oklahoma around freezing. Some areas just below freezing. 27 right now in Chickasha. Other areas above freezing. You can see right now over in the Spencer area at 36 degrees. So with clear skies, light winds, and dry air, temperatures kind of all over the place. We got some areas in the 20s, other areas in the 30s. So some areas a good hard freeze, other areas above freezing. McAllister at 26. It's above freezing up there in Alva at 34. Ponca City below freezing. Ardmore below freezing. Lawton Fort Sill below freezing. Stillwater right at freezing, so you get the idea. Need that coat this morning. Winds are light out of the west, but enough of a breeze to make it feel even colder. So it feels like temperatures right now mainly in the 20s, central and western sections of Oklahoma. A lot of clear skies outside right now. A few clouds up to the north, little upper air disturbance dropping south and eastward out of Kansas and north central Oklahoma. Very light precipitation showing up on radar. This is simply not reaching the ground. Nothing to be concerned about at all in northern sections of the state. It's going to be a nice Sunday afternoon. Temperatures will warm up a little bit. On the big picture here, where's our next big system? Way out west, way out here. It's out in the Pacific. Strong jet stream right here. You can see it. This is our next storm system for Wednesday. Let's track it here on Future Track. If you're traveling the next several days, taking you right through the holidays, well, here we go. Today looks great. For tomorrow, looks great, all right? On Tuesday, looking great as well. Now Wednesday, that next system coming in from the west-northwest, it's lacking moisture. I don't think this is a big storm system. It is a strong cold front coming through. We start out mild, a few showers over in eastern Oklahoma. Behind the front, northerly winds, colder temperatures. We'll squeeze out a little bit of snow in the Panhandle, maybe far northwestern Oklahoma. Not a lot of snow out of this deal. A couple areas of light snow and flurries possible depending upon the track of that system. It rapidly moves away. So by Christmas Eve afternoon, It's colder, but it's dry if you're traveling. And then Christmas Day starts out cold, and then we rebound in our temperatures during Christmas Day afternoon into the 50s. Lots of sunshine, looking good right now. So for your Sunday, winds out of the west-northwest, lots of sunshine today, well into the 50s. We'll see some 60s in southwestern Oklahoma. This is the weather map for your Sunday afternoon. Looks great. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Again, frosty cold. 20s and 30s across the state. Clear skies, light winds, and dry air. That's tonight into early Monday morning. And then Monday afternoon, a light northerly breeze. Lots of sunshine, temperatures a little bit milder, mainly 60s the way I see it on Monday. Low to mid to upper 60s across the state. Lots of sunshine, again, a light north breeze. So for the metro today, a lot of sunshine, cool afternoon, a northwest breeze, 56 degrees. Tonight, mainly clear skies, a cold night once again. Around freezing, some areas below freezing, other areas just above freezing. And then we'll check out the extended forecast here. First day of winter, low 60s. Mid to upper 60s on Tuesday, winds increasing out of the south. On Wednesday, we start out in the 60s. That next front comes in, winds snap around in the north, temperatures tank. Later Wednesday afternoon, strong northerly winds, falling temperatures could squeeze out a little bit of light precipitation across the state. It's colder behind that for Christmas Eve day, lows in the 20s, highs low 40s. We clear out on Thursday. And then Christmas Day is cold in the morning, then mostly sunny, about 52 for Christmas afternoon. Another front later that week as we head towards the new year. That's my latest 7-day plus 4 more.
I cannot believe Christmas is this week.
I can't believe it.
It came so fast.
I got some shopping to do, Jessica.
I do too. I actually just bought a very important gift yesterday.
You did? Oh.
Yeah, which is actually a perfect segue for our next story, and I did not do that on purpose. As I said, it's hard to believe Christmas is this week, and coming up, some special last-minute gifts that won't break the bank if you still have some shopping to do. That's next. And we're showing off more of our holiday decorations. Check out Audra Main's front door. Gorgeous decorations there. We want to see your lights and decorations, so send us pictures or videos to 4@kfor.com and include your name and where you're from. We'll be showing off your decorations throughout the holidays. We'll be right back. Have you finished your holiday shopping, or have you even started? I hope you have at this point. There are some last-minute gifts that could be perfect for that techie in your life. With more details, here's NBC's Liz McLaughlin.
It's the final stretch for holiday shopping, but there's still time to get gadgets for budget-friendly stocking stuffers, with prices dropping on voice-enabled products.
A lot of these smart devices and even smart plugs are coming down well under the $10 price point even.
Stocking-sized speakers are also popular this year. JBL has new Palm portable models under $30, the Go 3 and the Junior Pop for kids.
Harness the power of the sun.
Another one for the little ones on your list, Solar Bots, cute robots that can teach kids about solar energy for under $15.
As they are exposed to the light, they power up and then they start, roaming around.
For a very last-minute present, skip the wrapping with the gift of a new skill.
I go out into the world and I don't know what I'm going to discover.
Photography classes are particularly popular this year, according to The Strategist. Among its recommendations, the Art of Street Photography course from Magnum Photos for just under $100.
People who've taken it have called it one of the more motivating classes that actually gets them on their feet and engaged in the subject matter.
A subscription box is another idea, with gift options for everything from beauty products to kids' crafts to adult beverages, such as Eater's new Wine Club, with an artisan 2-bottle box for $70.
They work with sommeliers at their favorite restaurants to curate a monthly box of those sommeliers' favorite wines.
A virtual gift for a socially distant holiday to say cheers to the new year. Liz McLaughlin, NBC News.
Well, if you do have to do some last-minute shopping this week, John, it looks like the weather is nice if you got to get out.
Yeah, absolutely. Check out that forecast. Wow. We're warming into the 60s the next several days. A strong front Wednesday will cool down right for Christmas Eve and Christmas Eve day, but dry.
All right, John, thanks. See you back here at 8.